All right.
All right, you can open this one.
All right, we're in. So today we got two heavyweight contenders that I would say can give Wendy Wu a run for its money in the 13th year, and you wish. Yeah. So I guess we'll just jump right into it. I'll go right into 13th year. So 13th year, it starts off with this man. We got like a scavenger. He looks for different treasures and whatnot in the ocean, and he comes across a mermaid, and then he crashes his boat. And I'm going to assume that they fornicate. That's my assumption based off the next scene, because the next scene shows the mermaid then handing off a baby to a boat in which Joey Gladstone, Dave Coulier, and his wife are on this boat, and they adopt this baby, right? And the movie starts. Then like this is kind of the intro, and then the movie goes into it. It's Cody. He's our main character, and it's his 13th birthday. And after he turns 13, he starts going through all these weird changes. Like he starts growing scales like a fish, and can start to climb walls for some reason.
Like Spider-Man,
Like Spider-Man wall climbing, and then their doctor is just like, oh, puberty.
Yeah, he can also generate electricity.
Yes.
He's super, super thirsty. So thirsty.
I need to drink that much water.
Dude is so thirsty.
He doesn't stop drinking water.
I know. Yeah, dude, 13th year fucking sucks. It's not a good movie.
Trash.
I don't like any of the characters. I don't like any of the acting. There's Cody, our main character. His voice is extremely annoying. He doesn't seem likable at all. The friend that he makes, Jesse, which is basically like I've said, he's the great value Squints from The Sandlot. He's terrible.
He's the scavenger's definite son.
Yeah,
so that's definitely the scavenger's son.
Maybe, I don't know.
And then you got Cody, who I believe is the half brother.
So you really think Jesse's dad fucked a mermaid?
I truly think so. I think that's the only that's the only that's the only explanation I have for the beginning of that movie. Crashing the boat next to the mermaid, and then all of a sudden there's a baby involved. They did not show any type of merman that this mermaid.
Oh no, this was definitely a struggling single mother mermaid.
Yes. And then the movie ends. So I'm just gonna go right to the end, okay? Because yes, he's having hardships as a fish. People
fish boy.
are accusing him of cheating on the swim team because he's a really good swimmer or whatever. Obviously, he's a fish.
Obviously.
And basically, by the end of the movie, he realizes that he has to go swim with his mermaid mom, and his parents of 13 years are just like, okay. And everybody at the end of the movie all ends up in one spot at the same time. Like you got the scavenger, you got Squints, you got goddamn his girlfriend who gives him a picture of herself.
The most narcissistic gift ever. So for Cody's 13th birthday, it's not even his girlfriend yet, but it's like, hey, I got you this picture of me, and it's this really shitty homemade picture frame with like some really shitty like Michael's gifts like seashells on them. Like, you live right by the beach. Like, get some shells from the beach. But So yeah, and then in the picture frame is just is the actor's headshot, like that's all it is, and it's just it's so bad, and even in the kid who's like Cody, the main character who's getting the gift, he's even just like, oh, thanks, Sam. This is great. I'm gonna keep it right by my bed. Fucking creep. Like, no, it's
So
terrible.
weird.
It's so weird. It's terrible.
So weird.
And I refuse to believe that these kids are 12 and 13 because Cody, though he has the voice of a second grader, has like the body of like a 17-year-old, and Sam is definitely like 17 or 18 also. Like, there is no way in hell these kids are seventh graders.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
just
definitely not
awful.
believable casting there.
No.
So yeah, and then he goes. That's it. Then he goes with the
Yeah,
goes with
yeah,
the
then he
mermaid.
goes with the mermaid.
And that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
He just swims off with the mermaid. No suggestion of where. They don't say like whether he goes to like a little mermaid town or something
No.
with other mermaids where he can meet other mermaids. So I guess he's just gonna swim around with his mom. That's what you can assume for. And the send off is just so dead and soulless. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
characters just feel like they're not even like alive. That which kind of
No.
makes it feel like a Tim and Eric bedtime story. I don't know if you're familiar with the bedtime
Yeah.
stories, but it makes it feel like a Tim and Eric bedtime story. Like the characters are like they're playing like this very serious role, but the story is just so fucking ridiculous and bizarre. But they're like keeping the straight face going and just pushing through, and it's
Bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just bad. Like I said earlier that like this movie feels like the writers either like took some acid or took like a bunch of edibles or something because 13th year is just it's nonsensical. Everything about it is nonsense. The characters are terrible. There's a scene in the movie where Cody has a juice box or like a juice carton in his hand and like it sticks to his hand, and so Cody's standing in the kitchen and he's just like looking at his hands. His mom looks over, sees Cody looking at his hands, and so she starts looking at her hands. And then Dave Coulier walks into the kitchen, sees them looking at their hands, and so he starts looking at his hands. And I'm just like, how, like, what is going on here? It makes no sense. It is like the most ridiculous thing ever. And then there's an earlier scene in the movie where the mom makes a birthday cake, and the cake apparently like really sucks, but she's like really excited to eat
Oh,
it.
dude,
And so Dave Coulier with the fork is like,
goes full Joey Gladstone.
yeah,
with
full
that.
Joey Gladstone. It's awful. It's so bad, and it's like it's not even like cringy bad. It's just bad. Like it's just not.
I think but I almost think that it has the type of bad value that like The Room has. Your Tommy Wiseau, The Room. Like it's so bizarre that that when you're watching it, you're almost in awe of like how did this even get made? Like how? And I think that's the little bit of charm I find in this movie. And I got to be honest, I feel like 13th Year is a classic for a lot of people. I mean, like it's when we were talking Dcoms, it's one of the first that I thought of.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It's definitely one of the first ones you think of, but I think it.
But on the rewatch,
Yeah, you remember it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's the movie about the mermaid boy," and then you watch it, and you're like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
yes.
It's really bad.
And the only thing and the only thing that made me feel comfortable about defending this movie is that I was defending it against You Wish. Because when I saw You Wish, that's its own separate beast.
You Wish is is about this character Alex who has a little brother Stevie, who Stevie kind of runs his life a little bit, and he gets sick of it, and so he comes into possession of a coin that is good for one wish, and he decides to wish that he never had an older brother. And so he wakes up the next morning and sees that, he's an only brother. He's the star football player at his school. He has the most popular girlfriend in school. Everyone loves him. His parents love him. He's got the dog that he's always wanted. They've got all this stuff, but he doesn't have his friends and he doesn't have his little brother. And so in the movie, he realizes, that, all this stuff is cool, but it's not what he loves. And, he loves his friends and he loves his brother. And so the movie, even though You Wish is a little boring, I will say that it's a little boring. It has a lot of heart. The actors are doing a great job. You have the guy who plays Alex was Twitty and Even Stevens. The girl who plays Abby, his best friend and semi love interest, she was Hilary Duff's best friend in Lizzie McGuire.
Miranda. She has a small cameo in Buffy
Miranda,
the Vampire
yeah.
Slayer too, actually. Season 7, Miranda.
Oh,
Yeah,
she does.
she's one of the potentials.
Yeah, she does. I
Just
like
a,
her.
Just a
yeah.
side note.
I like her a lot, and I mean, I think she's the best part of You Wish. I like
Yeah.
her character the most.
You know who's the worst part? Stevie.
Stevie.
I have one note. I have one note in my notes for this movie, and it literally is just I hate Stevie. I couldn't do it. I literally the whole time, every time he was onto it, it was just like it just made my skin crawl.
You literally wrote down why a fucking turkey.
Well, 2 notes, yes. Yes, 2 notes, I should say.
It literally says on his notes why a fucking turkey and I hate Stevie.
That's generally about the amount of notes I bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, Stevie,
no,
Stevie sucks, but Stevie at the same time is a very believable, bratty little brother. Again, as the youngest of 3, I can say that there have been times when I know for a fact that I have been that spoiled, bratty little brother, and that I've gotten my brothers in trouble for shit that they probably didn't do. So I mean, it happens. The kid's annoying, but what baby brother isn't?
I actually we just found this out, but I as well am one of three brothers. 3 brothers as well. That's news. That's news here. So I guess it depends on the dynamic. If my
Yeah.
brother acted like that, I'd be pretty bummed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I remember. So there's a scene where Alex is talking to Stevie, and he's basically telling Stevie like, "Hey, don't fuck with my stuff." And Stevie yells like, "Ow, Dad! Alex is hurting me!"
Oh, dude, that
And like,
pissed me off.
I watched
much.
that, and like after that, I would have been like, "All right," and I would have punched Stevie in the face. I would have been like, "You said I hurt you. I might as well just hurt you."
Yeah.
Like it, yeah.
If you're gonna say it.
Yeah. But I mean, the movie has a lot of heart. The characters feel believable. They feel real. They have a really good chemistry with each other. Is the movie a little bit boring? Yeah. I mean, the story itself is not as extravagant as turning into a merboy or a merman or whatever, but it's a story with a lot of heart. It's a story about really cherishing the things you love, not taking things for granted,
And then when
appreciating
you
what you have.
and then when you do realize what you used to have, cue in dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That montage scene.
With 1,000 Miles by Vanessa
Yes,
Carlton,
yes.
man, it's great.
Where they just replay a few scenes from the movie. They
Yeah,
just
they
go
kinda
back
do,
and
yeah, right.
it's
They
just-
did. Oh fuck! I realized that. Yeah.
They don't even put in any extra like stuff record some stuff like that. Look, nah, it's just everything that was just already in the film. You just re-see it in a little package. Remember that time we were playing squirt ball in the
Squirt ball.
I don't know what the hell it was, like a bootleg paintball game going on or something.
It was like paint and squirt guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird movie, but the cast is really doing a great job. Like, as I said, Abby is super. Like, I love her. Tim Reed, he plays the dad on Sister Sister. He plays Larry, the coin guy in You Wish,
Yeah, he was fairly
and
cool.
he's great. He's just a super likable older guy. Like that's somebody that I would like if I met someone like him and he owned a coin store. I would definitely walk into his store every day just to talk to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he was definitely
Yeah,
that
seemed
kind of
like a cool
character.
dude.
So again, yeah, his best friend, I can't remember his name. Was it like Jason or something like that? With kind of like the frosted tips.
Oh
And
yeah, he had like a good Charlotte vibe going
yeah,
on to
yeah, I
him.
liked him. He was cool. He was like the quiet, chill best friend. Kind of angsty a little bit.
When
And
they pizza him, they give him
yeah,
the pizza. They do it to our main
Alex. Yeah,
character
in the
as
beginning
well.
of the
Yeah,
movie too. Yeah, I mean, I
hit him with the pizza. I kind of did like some of like the classic like almost like over the top high school tropes.
yeah.
Is that the word like of like the football players are like woof 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 woof
Oh
woof like
yeah,
do
yeah.
like very like I don't know very like it almost reminded me of like the Bully video game a little bit. I don't know if
A
you're
little
familiar
bit,
with that
yeah.
with
By
that but like
Rockstar, yeah.
yeah it kind of had like some kind like I don't know the way the jocks were had some kind of connection there.
Well, that, but
Very
also
typical.
like these all the actors are playing their own age, or at least they all
Yeah.
seem like they're playing the age that they're supposed to be. Unlike 13th Year, when it feels like college students playing seventh graders.
Yes.
Um,
Was that a little note to Dude, Where's My Car too? The
oh,
little
the scene where so
Where's
Alex,
Stevie?
so after Alex makes the wish for him to be an only brother, Spencer Breslin's character's name is now Terrence Russell McCormick, and he's got a TV show named Where's Stevie, and so there's a scene where like Alex is talking to his parents, and he's like, "That's Stevie," and like his mom is like, "No, that's Terrence Russell McCormick," and he's like, "No, that's Stevie." Yeah, from Where's Stevie? He's on the television. Yeah, Terrence Russell McCormick. No, Stevie. From Where's Stevie? He's
Stevie.
on the television. Yeah, that happened a couple of times. And that was funny. That was really funny.
I definitely felt like it was a nod to the Dude Sweet thing from Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
I got a chuckle. I will say
Um,
I got a little chuckle there.
yeah, I mean, I think You Wish has a lot of heart. I think it is a very overlooked movie. I feel like it's one of those DComs that you
Yeah.
don't think about a lot.
But at the
Um,
same, I think it's fair that it's overlooked myself.
I, I, I
I think
think
it's
it's
fair that both of these are overlooked. You
Yeah,
know,
I
I
mean
mean,
they are definitely not the upper echelon of DComs here.
no, I don't see either of these taking the gold.
No.
Uh,
Although I
but they're in
am
here though. They're in here.
yeah, I mean
So
I'm more interested to see which one of these goes to the next round and what movie they're going to face and how badly they're going to lose, and I feel bad
yeah,
for whichever one of us is going to have to.
yeah, we're gonna have to put this one up to a vote for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no yeah,
Yeah.
because I think I can't. I don't give a shit enough to actually
I
say,
mean, I will still pull for You Wish just based on the fact that the plot is cohesive. The plot actually makes sense, unlike 13th Year where it's just a lot of what the fuck. Um, I think again the characters are super likable. The actors are doing a great job. I think in 13th Year no one is likable except for Dave Coulier. Um, and he's only likable because it feels like he's basically like, what the fuck did my agent do to me? Like, why am I in this movie?
which and some of that though is part is that to me is part of the charm.
Oh
I
yeah,
and I feel like with 13th year, it's like you go back and some of it's gonna be nostalgic for you. Like you know when they create the electricity with the hair, dude. Like I remember that as a kid. Like it was like a scene that like stood out to me for some reason. But like you'll go back and it's just like wow, like what an abomination of
it's
a
really
movie.
bad.
And I think it's worth though. I think it's worth viewing over You Wish
But
in just that sense of just like so bad that
it's not so bad. It's
you
good. It's
wonder
just
how it
bad. Yeah,
happened.
it's
You
just
wonder how it
bad.
happened. I mean, nothing's so bad. Nothing's so bad that it's good. You know, there's so
except for the room.
yeah. But it gives off Room vibes. I think like you really watch it and it's like clearly there was money thrown behind this.
Oh yeah,
There was dollars thrown into this movie,
yeah,
and at the end it's just like they created such a bizarre thing that it's like hell hell. It's you can have fun analyzing it at least.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, I guess we are gonna have to leave it up to a vote. Let us know what you think. Do you think 13th Year is a better movie? Do you think You Wish is a better movie? Do you think neither of these movies should have been on the bracket at all? Um, because I'm
Yes.
starting to think maybe there might have been some better movies that we could have picked.
That's
But
very possible.
but uh, but yeah, so let us know. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us here. There is a Twitter, twitter.com/the film section. Um, so yeah, let us know. Comment, like, subscribe. And next week we are battling Don't Look Under the Bed versus the Even Stevens movie.
Another Dave Coulier.
Yeah, that is going to be a weird episode.
Yes.
These first four episodes, all the movies have been pretty similar. This is going to be the first episode where it's like, what?
Yes. Must see. Must see.
But yeah, so see you guys next week.
Later.